Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Yo, I got my man Bootsy, I got Courtney, and whoever else want to come in, we're going to put the comments in the thing. We're going to play the Cassie testimony where you hear her direct examination, and then I'm going to give my little hood 2 cents. And then we're going to play her cross-examination where Diddy's lawyer get to show that things ain't always what it seems. That's why the judge tell you to listen to all the evidence before you make your determination. Do we understand that? Are we on the right page? All right. Hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button. Hit that like button, hit that like button. Hit that like button on the way in, hit that like button on the way in. All right, y'all got to hit that like button on the way in, man. All right, let's get this going. We're going to play Cassie's joint, and I want y'all to listen and see what's going on because this was her direct examination, and then we're going to give our opinion. I'm going to put the phone number up so y'all could call to tap in. And, we're going to go from there.
I offer more exhibits. What did you say here?
I'd been told there was a sexually explicit video out there about me. I reached out to Sean.
Then what?
We were driving back to NYC from Atlantic City to talk to this DJ, Who Kid.
Did that happen?
At a restaurant.
What was security's role? To
intimidate. They were lining the room.
Who was there?
Uncle Paulie, James Cruz.
How would you recover from a freak off?
I'd take a... I wanted to feel numb. We'd get massages, IV fluids. The chef would cook us something.
How often did you take after freak offs?
Often. I got urinary tract infections.
Were the UTIs painful?
Very. Antibacterials didn't work anymore.
How did it feel during freak offs?
Burning. I would not advise it.
Let's read this out loud.
Whoa. Did she just say she wouldn't advise it, but she continued to do it? It's just a question. And I mean, to take drugs, IV, have a chef to prep you up, make sure you healthy enough, got the right fluids so you could just freak off. That's some freaky-ish there. I guess that's when you take it to the next level and then you see what's going on. But you see how she said, can we ride? You see how she said that, she took the drugs to get numb. When I first went down south, back in the 80s to the strip clubs, in Magic City, was jumping in. This before Rolex was even a strip club when they had strawberries and things like that. You meet females down there and they dancing and they doing certain things down there and you ask them like, yo, how could you do it? And they're like, yo, we just get high to just numb the pain. You know what it's like to numb the pain of something like that? You're going to hear Cassie talk about getting blisters in her mouth and all kinds of stuff going on. Y'all put it in the comments, man. I got Bootsy and Courtney getting ready to come up, but I'm letting the people come in. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Let's get back to this. Bigger BX, what up?
I have all these sores on my tongue.
Whoa.
I have another UTI.
What sores?
Yo, was this a regular? Don't this sound like it was a regular? At what point do you realize both Cassie and Diddy, not just Cassie, not just Diddy, when do they both realize that this is a unhealthy direction that they're going in?
Friction in my mouth.
From what?
Orals.
Hey, y'all, hold up. Right? I want the ladies to answer this, right? Have you ever got blisters in your mouth from friction, from oral? That sounds 100% plausible, but I've never heard of that before. Did anybody experience that or ever hear that before? Somebody let me know what's going on, man, because this is really getting a little crazy.
You said another UTI, then sad face emoji.
I was open with him about them.
So you feel sick?
Why are you sorry?
They telling each other, y'all got another UTI. Oh, it's funny. It's funny to put your life in danger. That's what the young people got to understand. King Alfred, what up, sir? Big Smooth. That's what the young people have to understand, that, you know, you have to worry about your health. I lived to be 61 years old. My mom upstairs, 90 years old. You're not going to live to be 61 and 90 if you carrying on with the behavior that we're hearing here today.
Sorry, I took the blame for things.
Which escort would go to clubs with you and Sean?
Jules.
The escort from the Intercontinental in L.A.
Yes.
Did you want to have sex with Jules, ever?
No, but I knew him.
Why did you?
You knew him? You didn't want to have sex with him, but you had sex with him? Yo, we got to get them likes up, man. All right, let's get them likes up, man. Show some love. I ain't asking for too much. A little like here, a little like there don't never hurt nobody.
You do it.
Sean.
Who was present when Sean put his hands on you at freak-offs?
Sometimes the escort was there too.
In the same room?
Yes, Jules.
And in the suite?
Yes.
Were they aware?
At this moment, the defense objected, but was overruled.
Yes. The escorts would ask me if I was okay afterward.
In what cities did he put his hands on you?
New York, Los Angeles, Miami.
How frequently?
Hey, yo, it sound like he kicked her ass in every major city. Yo, Diddy actually kicked her ass in every major city. Young ladies, be careful what you wish for. You want the bag, you want to be connected to the bag, you want to travel, you want jewels, you want to go to shopping spree. This is the dark side of that. This is the dark side of chick. It comes with an ass whooping. You know what I mean? Whether you're male or female. Because you hit the streets and you want to gangbang, you want to sell drugs, you want to do scam or do whatever you're going to do, you're going to run into somebody that's going to feel like you're getting easy money and you're easy prey, and they're going to try and take yours. So you have to be ready. Just like, that's why I say don't go out there so you ain't got to get ready. If you don't go, you ain't got to get ready. That's why I'm telling the ladies, don't go carrying on with this type of behavior so you ain't got to worry about getting your ass kicked. And then, hey, yo, but listen to this. Let's ride. I got to ride. I got to ride. I got to ride out. I got to ride out. I got to ride out. So you rat bastards and flip-flop wearing in public trolls that get offended real easy, I'm going to politely give you 3 seconds to tap out. All right, and take this with you on the way out. We don't need you on the channel. Let's get this right, right? Good looking, Howie. Now, this is where we at, right? Cassie sits there. Her mother is pushing her to write a book. She 19, she get with an older man. Diddy dead wrong. He out of pocket jumping on a 19-year-old woman at that age, right? He dead wrong jumping on a 19-year-old woman. Let's get that right, right? But at the same time, shouldn't her mother be equally culpable of this crap? Especially when this crap is going on, moms are saying, write a book, write a book, write a book. This is what I'm getting from looking at it from a street point of view, saying, write a book, you got to write a book. And then they ask her, what are you going to do with the book? He said, oh, I'm going to show it to him. Show it to him for what? I guess that's where the blackmail allegedly comes in. Y'all got to hit them like button. I got 44 likes and 200-300 people in it. Let's get this thing popping. Hit the like button while we play the intro. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. We in the club. You know what time it is. Big Bootsy here. We got Courtney here. We up in the house. Hit that like button. All right, so that's where we at. Mom's pushing her to write the book. You see how we just jump right back on because we know how to ride. That's how we ride at the Mecca. And the numbers is looking real good, but got to get the likes up. Now, her mama pushed her to write a book, right? She's 19. She get with an older man that's at the time a multimillionaire, right? Now, let me ask this. All you old head females out there, this for the old heads and the youngins too. I want the old heads to answer this because I know they're going to answer it 100. I'm going to put the phone number up. Let me put this phone number up. I'm going to put the phone number up. You old heads, if you're 19 and you meet a multimillionaire and he's 20 years older than you, 30 years older than you even. And he a multi-millionaire, and he got a big-ass yacht. He got his own private plane. He got houses and crap everywhere you could think of. What are you going to do? Let me know. Would you talk to that man, or would you say, no, it's moralistically wrong? Somebody let me know in the comments. I'm getting ready to put the number up right now. That's subscribe. I think this is the number. Where the number at? All right, that's the number. I need somebody to call in and answer that for me, because everybody's saying, you know, she was 19. Diddy dead wrong. You know what I mean? But where was her mother? Where was the adults in her life? The ones that supporting her now should have been supporting her then. If I'm wrong, put it in the comments. I can stand the chastisement. I'm just seeing how I look at it. You got a mother in the background saying, write a book while a child is going through this type of behavior, and the child is defending the mother on standby, saying, nah, mommy didn't know everything, but mommy know you with an older man, 20-something years old, and you flying all over the place. Come on, dog. Where we at with this? Yo, you being recorded, you on the line.
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah. What you saying, what would we do?
Yeah, if you was 19 and a 50-year-old man tried to talk to you, or you know what I mean? You know, and he's a millionaire and all that, would you talk to him?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Okay, now
Absolutely, I would, yes. But I would have boundaries. I would set boundaries. It wouldn't be just as simple as
hold up, stop. Because I'm getting ready to bring Courtney and Bootsy up here now, because now you're talking about setting boundaries at 19. What boundaries do you know at 19 other than the bag and the jewels and the traveling?
You know what you want to do and what you don't want to do. You're not gonna make me do something I don't want to do.
Okay, no. No one said no. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you're talking now from a grown-up point of view when you say boundaries. How many 19-year-olds is out there watching this that set boundaries when they get, you know, with someone, you know, as far as saying, okay, you know, explain that boundaries to us.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, right, you're 19, you don't have a lot of boundaries, but you have some things that you're willing to do and some things you're willing not to do.
Agreed.
Yeah, yes, you do want the bag, you do want all of the flame and glory and glitter and all of that. Yeah, you want that because you see that. That's what you see. So that's what you want. But it comes with a price.
Exactly.
So at 19, I don't know the full price, but I know it comes with some more shit to it than what it is. You don't learn that until you get older, of course, what else it comes with. But in the beginning, yeah, you like that. He's showering her with gifts. He's showering her with things that she likes. Yeah. Who don't want that? Everybody want that. If they say they don't want that, they lying.
That's what I'm saying, because they all say that, you know, Cassie was 19, Diddy was dead wrong. Take that out of the picture. All I'm saying is, here's an 18, 19-year-old young lady, and she brings home, or she tells her mother, oh, I'm talking to the biggest producer, but he's 20 years older than me. And wasn't she talking to another dude that was also older than her, Leslie or something like that? Let me get my man, let me get Courtney up here. Courtney, you ready? Because it's the news, it's the hood reporter that knows what's going on. And then we're going to bring Bootsy up. All right. Yeah, Courtney.
Yeah.
Right? What's going on with that? Wasn't she talking to another older man besides Diddy first, like Leslie something?
Yes. Cassie had a plethora of older men. That's kind of like who she went towards, like once she signed her contract with Diddy.
Okay, name one broke ass man that she was with that was older.
I would honestly say not broke. Maybe her trainer that's now her husband.
We know he broke. We already know he broke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No disrespect. He broke compared to Diddy. So you know what I mean?
I mean, she talked to a lot of rappers. Nobody is broke at all.
But that's the point that I'm making. It seems like where I come from, I see that as somebody that's been groomed. You understand?
Yeah.
To get the bag from men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
If I'm wrong, you tell me. I mean, that's the way I see it. When you got a young lady talk to a man 40 years old, and the parent is going to allow that 40-year-old man to come in and not put his foot or her foot down and say, hold up, you too old for this, dog. This is my baby. Me and my daughter go through it because I've been gone 26 years. She was like, this one was like 18 months when I got locked up, right? It's my daughter that I was living with, so that, you know, nobody don't take it the wrong way. But she didn't understand that I come home and now I'm looking at a full-grown woman and you're about to go out the door and I'm seeing you wearing things that, you know, with my old morals don't approve of, but it's the norm out there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And me as a man, before I'm a father, I got to speak my mind. So I said, yo, where you going at with that? And she got offended. You know what I mean? She got offended. And, you know, cussed me out. We went through it. But you know what I mean? But I love her because she had the balls to cut me out. Gunshot to my daughter having balls to cuss me out. You know what I mean? But she cussed me out. But I had to let her know as a man and as a father, like, yo, I don't approve of that. Now, that don't mean don't do it. But I'm voicing my opinion. So you can't say later on, you never said nothing. Now, I told you from the door when you went out there with your cheeks hanging out. Now, don't approve of that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, now we're going to bring Big Bootsy up here. Bootsy, what's up, man?
Hey, what's good? What's good?
Yeah.
I wouldn't approve of that neither. That's a no-no. Now, if my daughter was 19 years old and, you know, she at that age, almost 21, I just seen a girl the other day, young out there. She looked like she's about 13 and she got, you know, she probably had a structure of a more older than what she was. And she wearing kind of like her cheeks out. I'm like, well, parents said my daughter would never come out the house like that, man. That's a no-no. That's attracting older men anyway. And that,
you know, all right. So caller, you heard what she said, Bootsy. Tell Bootsy what you said. See if he got a comment back to that. And Courtney.
Which part? Because I said a lot.
The beginning, because they wasn't up here.
Oh, when I said, you said, would I talk to an older man?
Yes.
At 19?
Yes.
Yeah, I said, yeah, I would. I would talk to an older man at 19. But then I said, you asked me about, I said I would have boundaries, but you was like a 19-year-old would not have boundaries because they're 19. So they don't think on that level, which is true to some aspect. But then I said, you're not gonna make me or force me to do something that I don't want to do. And that's just
even a 9-year-old knows that. That's what we teach our children from their baby. Yeah.
Right.
Don't do nothing you're supposed to do. Don't let them touch you nowhere inappropriate. And,
Right.
always have cab money to get back. Now it's Uber money.
right. Absolutely.
You know?
And that's what we need to teach them. Because once they go out,
hold up, Boots.
Would I?
Yeah, say what you're saying. I didn't hear you.
So you said, would I talk to an older man at 19? Yeah, I would.
Okay.
So.
All right, go ahead, Boots. What were you saying, family?
Yeah, so I was, you know, agreeing to the part where, you know, once they 19, they go outside, we don't have no control over that. So it comes with the training inside of the house when you got your daughters. And you got to let them know if you're going to be somewhere, like you said, make sure you got money for yourself. Somebody put you out, you're able to get back where you want to get to. And don't let nobody compromise you as a woman. And you got to put that in their head because you got some real slick talking dudes out here. I used to be one of them slick talking dudes, man.
Talk to them.
You know what I'm saying? And you can get in their mental and what they learned at home, that'll really go out of the window when they in love with somebody. Some women are just so naive to the fact of they listening to the man that's right in front of them instead of the man that was behind them in their ear growing up. And
holding them up. Yeah, you know, but you know that's where we at. Let's get back to this Diddy joint. But I like the panel. I like what's going on. You got anything to say, Courtney, to tap out to that before we go?
I just have to say, like, yeah, she was 19. She was young. She was definitely groomed. And if we go back to history of her acting career, even, you know, manipulation by Diddy, she starred in a lot of movies with Terrence J, and that was a little bit of controversy, like with him and Diddy had to have a talk behind the scenes, like about how far they could go, but she was literally acting. So I know her acting career didn't go too far because of that as well. So
were you saying that she sucked or she was good and Diddy held her back? What was it?
I'm sorry.
Or you saying that she was trash acting, or you saying that Diddy held her back?
No, I feel like she was a great actress. I just feel like Diddy held her back because she always played in these main roles with other notable actors that were men. And I feel like he didn't like that.
But that's good, though, to be with the big name actors.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying Diddy's a but I love a dog type dude. He
Yeah.
don't want to do nothing on her own. He want to be the one to control the bag and control everything that go down. Do you know that they call that domestic violence now?
Yeah.
No, they do, sir. They call that domestic violence. If you control the bag on your woman and you living with her, and she depending on you to give her money to go out and go freak off with Diddy or whatever, and you don't want to get, and you know, let's talk about Cashbox. We got Cashbox, right? So let's say she want to go freak off with Diddy. So she gets some money, right? You know, you give her the money, and now she got to give it to the female that putting her on Diddy. So she goes and call Cashbox. She gets with Cashbox, right? Download the app. She sends the money, but she could send it anonymously so that nobody knows that she sent the go-between, you know what I mean, to get to the Diddy freak off the money. Because Cashbox got everything that you want. You send it to the wrong person, you could pull the money back because there's a virtual vault in the middle that said, pause, let me hit the sender, see if he want this bag sent to this person. Now you look at it and say, damn, I ain't trying to send him that. As a matter of fact, I was supposed to send that last weekend. Let me take it back. So he take it back and he sent it to another little chick over here. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he want to do a freak off, you know? But he could change the name all in the same process. I hope that didn't confuse you.
No, it's like an anonymous sender, basically.
Tell me what I just said in your own words.
I feel like you can send it like incognito and you can like pull it back if you want to. You don't have, you can second guess it. Like, I don't want to give you this money anymore.
Round of applause. Round of applause. You go, girl.
She's sharp. She's sharp.
Yeah, she's definitely sharp. I like that. I might do some more things with it. You know what I mean? Let's keep it moving.
Too frequently.
What's the Abbey?
A gay club in LA. I went there with my friend.
Where were you going?
To a music festival in Canada run by Drake. Sean came to my home and tried to attack me. I was thrown into the bed frame.
What's this?
A photo of my eye afterward.
Who took you to the doctor?
D-Rock.
Did you send this photo to Sean?
Yes, and I wrote, so you can remember. I wanted him to be sorry about it at least.
In this photo, where were you?
In the green room in Toronto. I put my hair over my eye. Then we went to the Hamptons. Sean wanted to have a freak off in the Hamptons. We got a hotel and an escort.
Which one?
Dave. I took GB. I went into a G hole and blacked out. I woke up nude in the shower. Dave and Sean were freaking out. I bugged out. It wasn't pretty.
Then what?
I spoke to a friend of Sean's, and then we had a freak off.
What's this?
My eyebrow healed up a little bit. A week later, I have a permanent scar on my eyebrow.
What's this?
Me at the Cannes Festival.
What happened at Cannes?
Sean accused me of taking from his boat. He threw me off, but my passport was still on the boat.
And you were on the red carpet that same night?
Yes.
Did you attend the movie?
Yes.
How did you get back to New York?
On a commercial flight. I traded my seat to get away, but he...
Hold on. So all this went down. I'm trying to get an understanding of this, right? All of this went down that he beat her up in the daytime. Then they go get on the red carpet, and then they get on a joint to go back home. She changes seats to get away from him. And when she got to New York, did she ever call her mother, or did she just add that to the book? Somebody let me know what's going on, man. Hold up. See, when they call, this is what I don't like. I'm gonna show you. When they call no caller ID, you know, I'm gonna tell you if it is. Hold up, because I like this. I like to play. Yo, what up? Turn the TV down. You calling? You're being recorded. I like this. Yo, what up? Yo, what up? Talking the phone, family.
Hi, how are you? My name is Vanessa. I was calling in.
Okay. What's your topic? Go ahead.
My topic is about Diddy.
Okay.
To me, you know, I'm 50.
Hey, turn your TV down, please, in the background. Yeah.
I'm 58 years old. So I knew Diddy. Yes, I knew him. I knew Gene Deal. We all grew up together in 200 in Drew Hamilton.
All right.
We was with the same game and everything. Yes.
Oh, you saying all that? So you saying you don't know me then?
I know who you are, sir. Okay.
All right, well, let it be known then. You naming all these other people and you leaving me out like I'm just a peon or something. Boots, you see how she treating me?
I know you from Manhattan Avenue. Slow down. Slow down.
She didn't mention you though.
My thing is this here.
Yeah.
To me, you know, I'm a woman and I know how it is, you know, to be abused and to be in love and all that. But to me, Cassie was more a co-defendant and they made a deal with her. And to me, after she left Diddy, she got married, had children, and now pregnant again. So if you went through all this trauma, and I know women went through trauma like that, didn't get married, didn't have no children because they was really tore up behind everything they went through. So the prosecutor made a deal with her. So now she's like a victim and not a co-defender. And they won't really put them away on them grounds like that.
Yo, but you know, that's the law. You know what I mean? You could make a co-defendant a witness, you know?
Exactly.
And that's all they doing because that happens to all of us. That's how a trial works. But what I want...
That's true.
That's
true. But they got to do something. It's got to be, you know what?
Hold up, pause. All right, enough of that crap. What I want to ask you is, you said that you know what it's like to get your ass kicked, right? So what is it like to get your ass kicked?
It's not good at all. I was in one relationship that I had, and a nigga...
Yo, watch the N-word. Yeah.
Whooped my behind. A young man whooped my behind, and I couldn't take it no more.
Okay. Hold on. When I hear that, right? When I hear that as a man from the street, right? Let's say a female was to tell me, "Oh, my man beat me up." The first thing I'm gonna ask is, "What did you do?" You know what I mean?
Okay, let me tell you. Hold up. I ain't got no shame in my game.
Yeah. I know you did something trifling now. You don't get your ass whooped for nothing.
He caught me talking to another fella. That's what happened. Okay, just talking, and he was just a jealous fellow. And he just came up and punched me in my face, and I went off. He beat me up, fine. But then the next day, he came back at me. I did something to him and just had to take that lady down in Rikers Island.
Okay, but you ain't get back with him when you got out the island, did you?
No, that was no more. One time, and that was it, because I was learning. One man wounded.
Yo, I like you. He punched you in your face only one time, and you walked away and got your get back.
Showing up because where I'm from, we don't go back and forth.
There you go. You know, see, these are the jewels you get over here at the Mecca. You know? All right. Hold up. Let me play this Diddy joint because I like the crap you're talking.
But he traded to get next to me.
What did he show you?
Freak off videos. He played them for me on one of his laptops. He said he'd release them.
How did you feel?
Trapped.
When you landed in New York, what did you do?
We went to a dinner. Then he wanted to have a freak off. So we had a freak off.
Why did you do it?
To make him not threaten me.
Let's read these from June 13th, 2013. Had Sean been violent with you before this?
Yes.
Had you told him before you didn't want to do freak offs?
Yes.
You said you needed GHB?
Yes. And that 2 escorts weren't available. I wrote, only Paul available, or Jake the white guy. But he can't do until 11. The other guy can do earlier. It's...
Yo, hold up. You don't see the way she's setting this up? We got Jake, we got such and such. You know, he can't do it till 11. Like she's making a dinner arrangement.
That's why I said she's a co-defendant.
Somebody help me explain this.
She set it up like a pro. She know what she was doing.
Yeah.
She knew what she was doing. Ain't nowhere in the world you don't know what you're doing. And if that jury going to fall for that, then that's on them. But oh boy, hey, and then I put it on him a little bit too, because he's so slow. He seen what happened to
everything get no. Everything, listen. He gets gunshots, because everything falls on him because God don't like ugly. You talking to a 19-year-old girl, so anything that come with that is just a reaction to a bad action. You know what I mean? And it, you know, allegedly must have went on more than once because he got a whole lot of problems from that. Normally God give you a warning, you know, but this is beyond the warning, you know.
But you know how, all right, let me tell you, you know, some young ladies was fast back then and liked the money and wanted to get up in the niggas' face, the fellas' faces, and do what they want to do. And that's what, look, you know, 19-year-olds talk to
Hold on. Stop. You said that like if the 19-year-olds now ain't fast. 16-year-olds is faster than the 19-year-olds back our time. What is you saying? Do you see what's going on out here?
Yes.
Okay, no, because you made a statement like they fast doing our time, man. They faster than us. Remember, they got porn in the palm of their hands, man. You know what I mean? I tell you, listen. I had to crawl under my grandfather's bed to get his Playboy magazines. Now you just click a phone. You understand what I'm saying? So they beyond. What do y'all think about that? I want to hear Courtney's opinion from a female. Chime in on that. As far as she said that the girls nowadays is that the girls back then was fast, like the girls now is not as fast as back then. What do you think?
I feel like we're talking about two different people, right? Cassie was like grew up in a family household, mom and dad. Like she wasn't with, of her past history publicly any like street guy or anything like that. So we're literally talking about an opportunist. I feel like her parents were opportunists. If you look back at her video footage of the day she got signed, the day they bought her a cake, her ex-boyfriend was in the picture. And her ex-boyfriend was in the picture. I don't know what happened.
Now, I took us off because you were speaking so well. I want to give you the floor.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you got the stage. You sound
I
like
was like, I don't know. But no, her ex-boyfriend was in the picture, and she came from poverty, and her parents were opportunists, and they pawned their child for a better life. You can look at the house, you can look at everything. So it's like comparing apples to oranges. You can't compare Cassie to any female that's in the street. She grew up totally different. Do you compare the day and age and time? I mean, I feel like women are the same thing. Like women, when they want something, they're going to do anything to get it. It doesn't matter the age group or the decades. Like things have stayed the same. It all repeats itself just like fashion. So at the end of the day, Cassie was just, being an opportunist for her age with her parents. And it backfired. They didn't think it would go that far.
Well said. What do you got to say about that, Boots?
Well, I agree with what she's saying also, in which she coming from that type of background, she was naive. See, Puff went to college as well, very educated, but he mixed street with college, and that's where he went wrong at, because he knew he had goons behind him, so he was able to control things. And if somebody talked to his woman, he felt that was highly disrespect. So in his mind, he's going to be able to control Cassie as well. But what Courtney just said, it was like an opportunist thing and like a quick money grab, all the way to the point where we got to even think about her new husband. He might even been behind this whole movement to actually start to set it up for her to go and say, do this book, tell them we want 20 million or 30 million, whatever the number was, and we're going to see where we can take it from there. He says he really even loved Cassie. To be honest, he might be around just for the money and put that plan together.
Let's ride. We're gonna take a ride. We got 700 people in here. How many likes we got, man? We gotta get the likes up while I hit the intro. Hit that like button. Welcome to the Unique Mecca Audio Show, Street Knowledge Podcast. Bootsy. We got Courtney in the house. We partying. We know how we do it. Here we go. Keep it moving. We got 90 likes and 708 people in the back in 30 minutes. The numbers is jumping. The likes need to go up the same. But now, what was you saying about that, Boots? My bad.
Yeah, so he might be down for a money grab, and he's seen the movement. He listened to Cassie Payne while they supposed to be working out him as a trainer. So he might have seen a move which Cassie fell for that too. And I guess she felt comfort as a woman. But yeah, like Courtney said, there's no age bracket. It's just when you throw something at a woman and she see, well, it might be cool because he is rich, and she don't really know the background. You don't know a person till you move in with them or start dealing with them.
Let me take a ride, Boots. Let me take a ride off of that.
Let's ride.
All right. I'm gonna give you all a little fun fact. Courtney, check this out, right? I'm gonna wake y'all up to what's happening. This is what I see from, OG point of view. Right now, the trainer, Diddy let the trainer in the house. You know what I mean? So now he let the trainer in the house. Trainer come in the house, supposed to be training. Next thing you know, the trainer boning. Trainer boning, getting his crap off. You know what I mean? Now, Cassie starts feeling a little because she's been dealing with escorts and things like that. The trainer, lay down, he comfort her, he tell her, oh, they treating you so wrong, and he's stroking pet her because now he's the, that just came in the house. So now he in the house, he got that going on. He told Cassie into leaving him. Cassie leaves him with the money she had, what he gave her, what she had, she was comfortable. After 2 kids, the bag went down. Now, the bag goes down, and then now she's pregnant with another child. But now at the same time, when the bag went down, when she got the 2 kids, she winds up calling mommy and say, mommy, me and the new husband doing bad. Diddy ain't giving us nothing. Mommy said, you write the book. You know what I mean? Of course, she said, I got the book. He said, okay, well, bring your ass on over here. Let's put the move in with the book. So now they contact Diddy and said, hey, we wrote a book. We want 30 million. Diddy said, you're not getting a dime. I would have gave you 30 million for 1 weekend freak off. Why would you even disrespect me like that, that you would put our secret out there after I trust you? I thought you was my ride or die. My ride or die ain't supposed to never go out on me like that and make no threats, no blackmail, no none of that. I'm not giving you a red cent. And then she filed it in court. Oh my God, I can't believe she did that. How much do you want? 30? All right, I give you 20. The husband said 20. Give me it. I think Cassie would have held out a little more because she would have felt guilty about how she went at Diddy once he said, I would have given that to you. She knew that in her subconscious. She could have just told him, I'm going to go visit my mom's for the weekend. She could have told her husband, I'm going to go visit mommy for the weekend. She could have went out on Diddy's $68 million yacht, freaked off, and came back $30 million richer. And then when he needed her again, he could have called her. She could have went and got another 30 million. It would have been everlasting. That's 60 million, right? But now she blew that for 20 million because now she gets nothing. So being that she knows she gets nothing more than 20 million, now she's out to get him. So now she says, all right, you don't want to, you think, oh, you don't give me the 20 million? Well, I'm going to ruin you so you don't even have 20 million. So now they get the indictment on him and they got all the, Bad Boy Entertainment, Sean Combs this, you know what I mean? Everything Bad Boy. Bad Boy is going to be the next generation of rap bastards. Now, you know what I mean? You got to at least hold on 5 people to get on Bad Boy by the time they done with it. So, I know a lot of y'all already qualified. You know what I mean? But, that's how we going to do it. But now she threw him back, go back to mommy, and now they put the lawsuit in. She get the 20 million. Now they go in court, and now she's testifying to all this, and her husband is listening to all of this. Any man in his right mind hearing about his woman wanting to get peed on, getting peed on involuntarily, or, sores in the mouth, laughing about UTIs and all of this, it's not even going to be with her anymore. But hubby got 20 million reasons to stick around. You know what I mean? Everything is a money grab. It's all about survival. If I'm wrong, put in the comments. We open for suggestions. What do y'all think about that? Courtney, let's hear Courtney. Boots is the one that set this off. Courtney, what do you think about that?
About the husband getting richer and basically in on it as well, right?
That's what Bootsy suggested. I just gave a scenario. I'm not either way, so don't think that I'm saying this. I'm just telling you how it looks from another point of view.
Let's just dissect this really quickly. So, first of all, in a perfect world, this Diddy versus Cassie, this would be ended. But right now, it's not. It's Diddy versus the government, and it's Cassie with her husband. I feel like I read the briefing and I feel like the husband was a little bit too emotional talking about it. I honestly think that he's going to divorce her, take half of the money and leave. I feel like he's emotionally unstable to deal with this, and I don't know. I feel like he wasn't using her at first, but then he's like, I didn't even know all of this information. Like, he knew about most of the stuff, but then he finds out. I definitely think he's going to divorce, take half the money, and go live his life. Like, honestly, it's been a lot of backlash on it. So that's how I feel about him.
Good point. Now, so let's play the rest of this tape.
It's just one more person knowing our secret.
What did you mean?
The freak-offs.
What is SLS?
A hotel in Hollywood.
When would you take Valium before a freak-off?
When I had anxiety, Sean's driver was bringing me the Valium. It was Raheem, I think.
After this, the judge announced that the jurors could now take their lunch break. What do you think of Cassie Ventura's testimony so far today? Let us...
All right, so that's where we at, right? Now we're going to go to another joint, you know what I mean? So we could do it, right? We're going to go to another one, and I'm putting this up. What's up, Gina Hart's Poetry? Now, I'm putting this up because I'm showing you that Diddy dead wrong. He whooped Cassie. So I'm not taking that out of it. You know what I mean? But like the caller just said, we just giving you the real at Mecca Audio. There's a price to pay when you step outside your league and enter into taboo. You know, because the more money you get, like Biggie Smalls said, the more problems. So you entering into taboo. You know, I don't forgot what Bootsy down there. Hold on, I can't forget my brother. But you know, that's where we at. So, matter of fact, let's get the intro real quick. Hit the likes up, get the likes up, get the likes up. We got 900 in the back. Get ready to push 1,000. All right. All right, so that's where we at, right? So now we're gonna start with this joint, another part with, you know, closing out with Diddy dogging her. You know what I mean? Because we don't want to take that off the table. Diddy dogged her. He was dead wrong, so I'm playing that as well. But then I want you to hear her testimony on the cross-examination to see how she answers from there. All right, we're gonna be fair. Diddy whoop that. All right, he's dead wrong for that. You know what I mean? And that's what he's supposed to be charged with. Let's keep it moving.
Did anyone come to see you in Connecticut?
Scott did for a few days. I broke it off with him. It was too dangerous.
At this moment, the defense objected, and the judge overruled it.
Sean said he would hurt both of us.
Where did you go after Connecticut?
I went to see Sean. He was in Arizona, his son, college. I told my mother I was going to LA for work.
Did Sean talk about Scott's car?
Sean said he wanted Scott's friends to see Scott's car blown up.
What happened next?
We met, Sean, Scott, and me. Scott said, "What about my vehicle?" And Sean said, "What vehicle?"
Gangster. You know what I mean? That joint going, son. Why are we talking about something that's going? And Scott really want to say, yo, I want my bag back. I paid a bag for that. He said, yo, what vehicle? All right, they're just translating the hood talk.
And that was the end of the meeting.
Put up the photo. What is this?
Me and Sean in Kingston, Jamaica for Sound Clash.
Were you bruised?
Yes.
And this photo, what is it?
Me in Sean's bathroom, September 18th, 2015.
What were you doing there?
Recuperating from being beaten up by Sean in Las Vegas. We were having an after party in our suite. I talked to a producer, and Sean tapped me on the shoulder, called me into our room and kicked me as I tried to hide behind the toilet.
What stopped it?
D-Rock and James Cruz came in. It made D-Rock sad.
What are these communications?
From D-Rock to me. He says, "Where you at? It's time to ice your face."
Why?
I had just been beaten up by Sean.
Yo, it sounded like that was a regular, right? Yo, come on, babe, time to ice your face. Yo, that don't sound like, what do you think about that, Courtney and Boots?
Yeah, that, from what I'm hearing, it was definitely a pattern. It was a pattern. And that's a pattern of trying to control something, man. And that's crazy, bro.
What do you say, Courtney?
I feel like the whole Diddy Bad Boy team has a lot of handlers to do different things. And I feel like, yes, that was definitely a reoccurrence. And she already knew that.
So you're saying D-Job, hold on. Let me get this right. So you're saying D-Nice's job was to bring ice to Cassie, put on the face?
Yes. I believe that he has people just to do certain things, like bring me a cup of water, bring her the ice.
Or bring ice for a steak.
Yeah, every time bring her ice.
So who do you think was the steak man, being that D-Rock was the ice man? Who bought the steak?
I don't know.
I got a quick story to tell you if you want to hear it.
Come on, let's ride.
Well, as you know, I was a Ciroc boy running with my brother Roger Barnes, which which Cassie spoke highly of Roger Barnes. And when we was doing the Ciroc Boy parties down in Atlanta, we was getting dressed. We had the little mini Ciroc Boy mansion crib, and I was getting dressed and all that. Barnes had pulled up because Barnes live out there, so he was waiting for us to get dressed. I walks outside while the other dudes is in there getting dressed, and he was on the phone. Yo, sis, I got you, sis. Just hold your head, sis. And you know I'll be there, man. I'm gonna be there. And he hung the phone up. When he hung the phone up, he was like, damn, Boost, man, I'm gonna have to meet y'all at the party. I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, old buddy, man, old boy put his hands on Shorty again, man. And I gotta go and make sure she all right, man. So from my understanding, Barnes is one of the people that he only trusted to be around Cassie with no casualties and calm her down and things of that nature. So I witnessed that with my own ears, own eyes. And, you know, that's my boy. So, you know, I'm going to speak that he always went to hold her down and make sure she was all right. And which to keep Puff, you know, away from that. If Puff would have listened to him, it probably wouldn't have been no headaches. But, yeah, he was one that definitely he didn't leave with a stake, but he went to hold her down.
Okay. All right. Let's keep it moving.
Were these all the times he beat you?
No, there were more.
With who else did you see Sean be violent?
I saw him drag an assistant out of bed. I saw him punch Eli or Ely in his head. One time in Turks and Caicos, he dragged a person. I believe we had a freak off in Turks and Caicos.
What floor did you live on in 875 Comstock?
17th floor.
Did a friend stay with you?
Yes. Sean came and held her and threw her on the patio furniture out on the balcony. I saw Sean bring her back in from over the balcony, then throw her on the patio furniture.
And Carrie Morgan?
I saw Sean hit her in the head.
Did you get drugs on your own?
Occasional drug dealers, opiates, Xanax, Valium.
So she went and got drugs on her own is what she just said. Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
But yeah, he was forcing it on her.
That's why they're losing the case right now, because what is being said when they get on the stand, they say the truth. That's backwards.
Yeah, but in 8 weeks, the tide could turn again. We don't know what reason they have for putting out this evidence, because it don't make sense to me, because everything I'm hearing is that he was a woman beater, smashing her out, He was totally out of pocket, and that's what he should be charged for. He's not even charged for whooping her. And we all hear that he's guilty of whooping her. Ain't nobody's going to say he's not guilty of whooping her after hearing his testimony and seeing the pictures that they showed with the bruises and the dates and time. That's guilt, you know? But that's not what he's being charged for. He's being charged for a RICO. So I want to see how they're going to intertwine the RICO into this. I'm learning from this myself, because I've never read a case like this, and I read thousands of cases to get off my 26 years in federal prison. So this is new to me, and I definitely want to see, you know, how they take in an old law to take down a modern day person. All right.
Sean would put the pills in a vitamin C bottle on the sink in the New York apartment. He'd say, "You can take them."
Put them on the sink. You could take them. Not hold your head back and stick it down the throat. I'm just saying, you know, what do you got to say, Courtney? You're the female up here. I mean, if I'm wrong, I don't want to seem like I'm biased. I'm just showing you two sides. Put pills on the thing and say, if you want, you can take them. And now to the females thing, they're going to say, oh, but, you know, but she was addicted. You know what I mean? That's why she took it. You understand? That she was addicted, so her family members and friends that's supporting her now after she got the $20 million bag, they wasn't there to see this addiction to step in like they stepping in now to bring down Diddy. What was more important, getting more evidence of Diddy whooping Cassie's or saving Cassie from addiction?
Number one, I just want to say,
like a lawyer. Hold on, don't that sound like a lawyer? Didn't that sound good?
Yeah.
Round of applause to Unique. Round of applause to Unique. I didn't even realize. Calm down, y'all. Calm down, man. Yo, relax, man. Relax. Let me talk about your boots out. Yo, check it out. I didn't even realize how good I sounded. Yo, 121 likes, 1,000 people. Let's get these likes up. We gonna let you hear. Cheers. Let's go. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. You know what it is. We in the studio. We doing what we got to do. We got Street Knowledge Podcast. We got Courtney. We in the house. Mecca Audio. We doing it. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Get ready to come back in. You know, don't I sound like an old school DJ? Well, hit that like button. Let's keep it moving. All right. What he missed is a gift. My man Dot wrote that and put that together. Rest in peace from Ohio. You know, and it's funny that we're talking about drugs, and I know these rat bastards are gonna say that I said it was funny. See, I'm cold on the inside from my trauma that I've been through. So don't judge me for who I am and try and put your morals in me. I don't judge you for being sensitive. Don't judge me for being, my brother got shot in the head. 2 to the head, he's dead. He's gone. End of story, my own brother. You know, I say it because it's just words to me. It's just actions, because when you caught up as a casualty of war, that's how you look at life. And this is the direction that we try not to let the youth go down, male and female. My brother dead, he gone. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You got casualties of war. That's how I look at life. But don't judge me for that, because I don't judge you for crying for your brother. You know, but I didn't do no crime for my brother. I just saluted him. He did what we was raised to do, you know, and he went out like a soldier, you know, and now he's a general up there, you know, but I don't want y'all to have this mentality. So this is not the brag, this is not the boast. That's why I got, you know, caught with the report up here. That's why I got Bootsy from Street Knowledge Podcast. We trying to help you to not be like Unique Mecca Audio. You don't want to be, you don't want to have to go through what I went through. And that's why I'm doing this, so you know it's not worth it. I'm telling you, I had all the girls, did all of that, the cars, the jewelry, house in Virginia, North Carolina, Miami. I'm all over the place. And then I sat down for 26 years. Went in when my daughter was 18 months. I come home, she's 27. I'm looking at a 27-year-old woman. Like from in here, she was 18 months. Now I step out, I'm looking at a grown woman. My other daughter was 7. I come home 26 years later, and now she got a 7-year-old daughter. I don't even know the woman holding my granddaughter's arm. I'm more connected to my granddaughter than I do my daughter. I don't wish this on no one. That's why we do this over here, and that's why I love Bootsy, because he's the one that got me into this, and he get a round of applause for that. All right, relax, y'all. Relax. Don't like all that. Just like my grandson, right? Could we ride? You know, my grandson said, "Granddad, pass me the basketball." So I get the ball and I throw it to him, and he says, "Thank you." I said, "What?" He said, "Thank you." I said, "Hold up. You tell that shit to your mother. That's the crap your mother and your father teach you. I'm going to teach you how to survive out here with that don't say thank you. You ain't got to tell granddaddy thank you for nothing, because everything I do is from the heart. And it's what I'm supposed to do because I'm connected to you. So you thanking me is like a disrespect. Like I need to be thanked for being your grandfather."
Facts.
He's 7. We're going to revisit that when he's about 11. And these are the steps that I'm taking him through. I'm teaching him how to deal with people like me, because he's going to eventually run across someone like me. And that's what I taught my daughter when she cussed me out, when I said, "Where you going with all that hanging out?" I said, you know what I mean? She had a fit, you know? But she knows that her father is going to speak his mind and look out for her best interest, because then after all that, she went out of town, went somewhere, one of her girlfriends that popped slick out the mouth and wound up getting hit in the mouth. And she said, "Damn, Dad, you was right." Now she's getting eye-opening lessons. Now I feel like a father, because I'm furthering her education on no good. You know what I mean? Right? And y'all got something to say about that guy? Y'all can chime in my bag. I got a little, you know, emotional and caught up.
No doubt.
You know? What you think about what I say, Courtney, from a woman's point of view?
Oh, what about
just how I'm so cold and callous? Nothing means if I see a cat or a dog get hit by a bus, I'll probably laugh. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'll even look to rewind it like I was on TikTok. See, y'all watch it on TikTok, but then when you see it in person, you cringe on the inside. You know what I mean? When I see it on the inside, I laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's something that's out the norm, and that's the first reaction to not deal with the pain of feeling sorrow. And that's
a different breed.
You know? Court. Yeah, Court, go ahead. Courtney.
She froze.
She froze up. Courtney, come out and come back in. All right? But go ahead, Boots. What you got to say about that before I play the tape? We waiting on Courtney to go out and come back in. All right? Let's play this.
Had doctors who would write the scripts in the name of an assistant or in my name.
Your brother's birthday party in Connecticut in 2013. What happened?
My mother told me someone was taking pictures of me. I went and punched her in the head.
You testified your relationship with Sean ended in 2018. How was your health?
I was sleepwalking. I had PTSD.
At this moment, the defense objected, but the judge overruled it.
What's this?
A photo of my front door in 2018.
Publish it to the jury. Why is there a knife there?
Sean was coming around a lot, so I had it.
August 2018. What happened?
We were having a closure conversation at a restaurant in Malibu. He was trying to convince me to go to Burning Man.
Hold up. Did you hear this? You see somebody call in. Right now, the number's on the screen. Somebody call into this, right? Because I got to ride on this. My question, Ron. She said we was having a closure conversation. Who the have a closure conversation? It's done. Get out my face, it's over. And that's where it's at. Get out my face, it's over. But they're having a closure conversation. What the heck is a closure conversation? A closure conversation sounds to me like, let me hit it one more time conversation. Let us say that we're walking away peacefully, and to show that, let's just bump boots, one last time. That's what that really add up to. I mean, somebody, make me understand this. Ron Bogues, what up? That's family right there. Harlem. Round of applause to Ron Bogues, man. Check him out on Instagram. That's my man. CJ Brooks. All right, relax, y'all. Relax. Yo, CJ Brooks, do you agree with what I'm saying? I mean, somebody tell me I'm a little lost and confused because, like he said, I'm a different breed, man. So I look at things a little different.
Were you seeing anyone?
My now husband.
What happened next?
Sean came to my house and raped me on my living room floor. His eyes were black. It was like taking something from you.
You cried. What did Sean do?
He continued and fished inside of me. Then he got up and left.
Did you ever have sex with him again?
Yes, voluntarily. We had a good night. I went back to his house.
Whoa. He awed her. And then they willingly had sex. And then she willingly got up out the safety of her house to go to his house because she was in danger after he awed her. Somebody explain this to me. I'm really confused. Did you hear what she just said? Said that he awed her. Nutted in her. They got up, went to his house, left her house. And hold on. Y'all got to explain this, man.
Can you explain why you did that after he raped you?
We had been together 10 years.
Who did you stay in touch with?
Most people, though I pulled away.
He asked you, could you explain why you did that? And you sat there and talked about you've been together 10 years. So you saying that you've been together 10 years is why that, you did that or you felt obligated to do that? Somebody let me know in the comments.
What did you message Sean about after that?
Just checking in.
What did he send you?
That he had iPads full of images. Get him his money.
Money back for what?
For having paid my now husband to be my trainer.
Whoa. Man, I wish Courtney was up here now. Diddy said, I want my money back because I paid him to train you, not to bone you. Yo, Diddy said, I want my money back from the trainer because you took my trainer and made him your lover. What do y'all think about that? What do you think about that, Boots? I want my money back. I paid him to train, not bone.
So basically, he's trying to say that could be a lawsuit too. He gonna sue because he was a trainer. He was boning. That's
just an emotional wreck right there. Diddy's just an emotional wreck. He can't believe somebody else is tapping his cheeks that he don't have control of. So he controls the escorts, but he can't control the trainer. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just giving it
And he
100 out
told
to it, man. So forgive me if it sounds cold and callous, but that's why I explain who I am so you'll understand what I'm saying. You know? Bottom line, Diddy said, hold up, man, you boning up. You're lucky I'll whoop your ass. A matter of fact, you ain't going nowhere until you give me back the money. So in other words, Diddy trying to hold on. Until you give me back the money I gave to the trader. And she said, well, how much you gave me? I told her to give it back. I gave him 20,000. She went to the trader and said, look, I need 20,000 to get away from Diddy. She said, you crazy? That nigga paid me 20,000. I need that money. You know what I mean? You stand over there, do what you got to do. I'm going to do what I got to do. We're going to do what we got to do. We're going to figure a plan out. But what did your mama tell you? Did you write the book? Yeah. You know what I mean? Did you write the book? Yeah. You know? Come on, dog. Yo, Diddy was definitely bugging. You know what I mean? Hey, Ron, you already know, son. But you know, you got the right. Hey, Ron, scroll all the way to the top. The link is in it so you could come in. The link is all the way in the top if anybody want to come in. Put the link in now. Let me put the link in now. The link get ready to pop up if y'all want to come in. Yo, Ron, you know this sound crazy, man.
What did you write back?
Do you want me to tell the truth? It's much deeper than iPads. There was abuse, more than freak-offs. There was a time I couldn't take the pain, tried to walk out in traffic. My husband wouldn't let me.
That's the link to come in on the screen. It's in the comments. Hit the link.
Had trauma therapy.
Did you write?
A book with chapters. My mom helped.
What did you want with the book?
That Sean read it.
What pain did Sean put you through?
Okay, and what did you expect to happen after Sean read it? That's what I would have asked. See, I'm just playing how I would have defended this. You know what I mean? Okay, you wrote the book for Sean to read it. Why did you want Sean to read it? What was the next step after Sean read it? Sean read the book, now where we go from there? Does he feel bad? Does he feel sorry? Or does he cough up the bag? What's your motive? Somebody put in the comments. Let me know if I'm a good lawyer or not.
Shame. To carry the things that were shameful for him. I took on a lot of responsibility for that I never should have. He brought the concept to me when I was 22. It was...
And I'm sure you told it to someone else that's older, Cassie. And they should have told you, is you crazy? You know what that man trying to turn you into? You're going to be on trial in 2025, sitting there testifying against this man with $20 million that you're going to have to use to hide out because you ain't going to be able to show your face. No way you're going to be embarrassed. You're going to ruin yourself for $20 million when you could have got $30 million to just pop off with him and go on a little trip. You know what I mean? And did a freak off for a weekend on the yacht. What do you say about that, Boots? Boots ain't showing up. Boots, you got to come out and come back in, family. All right, there you go. Where you at? All right, Bootsy frozen. Come on and come in. So that's where we at.
Expected of me. I felt terrible.
How did you get chapters to Sean?
Through my attorney. And I reached out to KK. I asked her if he read it. She said it was not taken seriously.
How much did you ask for the book?
$30 million.
Did you sue?
November 2023.
What happened with the lawsuit?
It settled for $20 million in 24 hours.
Why are you testifying in this trial?
I can't carry this anymore. What?
I can't carry this $20 million burden anymore. Oh, she's not talking about the burdens with my bag. Oh, let me finish this.
What's wrong is wrong. I treated people like they were disposable. Escorts, anybody.
How much?
You paid them, Cassie. They were disposable. When I go to a job and they're done with my service, they dispose of me. If I violate the rules, they dispose of me. Well, I like the words that she's using, you know, instead of, you know, they relieve me.
How many freak-offs did you have with Sean?
Impossible to know. Hundreds.
After you broke up with Sean, did you ever do a freak-off?
No.
No further questions.
Ms. Ventura, you loved Mr. Combs, correct?
I did.
For 11 years, you took care of him.
In some ways.
You called him larger than life.
I did.
Others called him Diddy or Puff Daddy, but you called him Sean, right?
Yes.
You knew a version of him the rest of the world couldn't see, right?
At this moment,
Objection!
the prosecution objected, but was overruled.
In ways.
You kept coming back to him for 11 years?
I wouldn't say coming back.
You believed he loved you too.
So what do you call it if you wouldn't say coming back? Somebody let me know what you call it if you don't say that's coming back. Well, where you calling from? You're being recorded.
Hey, what's going on, my man?
What's up, family?
Man, I just want to say, you know how they say hurt people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm checking y'all out, and yeah, she probably went along with it, but it's like it's like a unjust fallacy where a person, it's like, you seen people that was locked up before, right? Mm-hmm. And they didn't really do nothing. I was with innocent brothers that ain't do nothing. But they begin to think what they did in the past is why they locked up now. Even though they might have been innocent on that case. So I'm saying with the thing with Cassie, like she was going through it for so long that she began to think that was the thing she was supposed to do.
I'm listening. I'm trying to comprehend it. I got you.
Yeah. So I'm saying like this. Okay, let me put it in another direction then.
I fully understand though, but I want you to keep
think
going.
Think about people who's been kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
And then they don't run away. They've been kidnapped for so long. They might even go out in public with their kidnapper and then never say nothing to anybody. Hey, I'm kidnapped or anything. They begin to go along with it.
Or they conceal it to you know what I mean, to protect whoever they think they're protecting. You know?
I mean,
they try and forget it.
The kidnapper becomes their family. You know, it becomes something that they grow accustomed to. It's similar to us, like with the slavery thing. Like we can, like, now that we can move along freely and start whatever we want to do, our own organization or nation or anything like that. We don't do that. We still want benefits.
Mm-hmm. Well, whoever waiting on benefits got a long wait. Let me get back to this video. Good looking, family.
Okay.
Yeah, whoever waiting on benefits, keep waiting. Yeah, man. Let's keep this thing moving.
I did believe he loved me too.
So when he cheated on you, it hurt.
Not every time.
At this moment, the defense said,
"Bring up this defense exhibit."
But the prosecution objected and said it was not in evidence. And the judge agreed that it was not in evidence. Then they continued.
Ms. Ventura, read this just to yourself. Why did you send this message?
You're right. And she definitely, I understood what he was saying. I just wanted him to explain it more because I know that a lot of people might not have understand it. You know what I mean? Come on, moving fast. So slow down on the comments. Let me slow down on the comments. Give me a chance to read them. Sound like bro was saying that she normalized it. Okay, got it.
Let him know I was going to dinner.
What was going on when these messages were sent?
I'm not sure.
What was going on in your relationship then?
It was early. We were loving.
I offer it.
At this moment, the prosecution objected on the grounds of being offered the truth, but was overruled.
Please read.
I wrote, I love you, smiley face. I'll fly anywhere for you. I love you, Cass.
This.
Whoa. She's sitting there saying, I love you. I'll fly anywhere for you. But you awed me. But I'm going to keep going with this relationship because I got to write a book.
This 2009 email.
At this moment, the prosecution objected on the grounds of hearsay, and the judge told the defense to ask more questions.
From BlackBerry. What is BG?
Baby girl.
What did you write?
You hungry, Pop Pop?
And Mr. Combs wrote to you.
Now that's sick. Diddy asking her to call him Pop Pop when he knows that that's the name she calls her grandfather. Where did that come from? Now that's sick. You know what I mean? Ron Book said, what's crazy was she sounds like she was down with most of what was happening, but now, not. Yeah, that's exactly what we're saying, family.
We are so in love, we don't do anything else. How long had you been seeing each other?
Like 2.5 years.
Please read this, 1364.
I haven't talked to you at all. You don't even try. You rush me off the phone. I'm really hurt. I don't need your money. I need some attention.
You wanted your special time with Mr. Combs?
Yes.
You testified that you told him, I love you so much, you make me a better woman.
I definitely wrote those messages.
Does that sound like a woman that's a victim that's been tortured? And we know he's sick for whooping her. But, and I know some could also say that she was young and she didn't know no better. You could be that young and don't know what an ass whooping is, don't know that you ain't supposed to be getting an ass whooping. It's just a question, man. I'm just confused.
You wrote, I can't wait until we have a baby of our own. You knew that he had 6 children at the time?
Yes.
Now, These messages about freak-offs, when you say, you know it doesn't matter to me, you mean weekend or weekday, either is fine.
That's what it says.
Mr. Combs says, maybe we can call Jules. Can you do it?
Yes.
This was an explicit message from you about the upcoming freak-off.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and it ended in a recess called by the judge. But once they returned, they continued.
Ms. Ventura, this is from Mr. Combs to you. You respond with an extremely explicit message, right?
Yes.
This is 2 days after planning a freak-off, right?
Yes.
He said, I want to see. How did you reply?
I can't wait either.
You wrote, I feel like I want to fuck, right?
That's what it says.
Mr.
Damn, she writing them that I feel like I want to get boned. Wow.
Combs says, I'm so horny I can't concentrate.
Whoa. Diddy said he's so horny he can't concentrate. Boner driving him nuts.
What do you say?
That I'll go to Dwayne Reed for candles and then set up the room.
Did you understand that he was going to take another video of you?
Yo, she's going to Dwayne Reed to go get candles to set this mood, but she's being forced. I'm just saying, if I was the lawyer, that's what I'll go with. You know what I mean? Let's keep this moving.
At this moment, the prosecution objected on grounds of speculation, and the judge told the defense to move on.
You ask, any pills on you?
Yes.
What pills were you taking then?
Oh.
You deleted videos on your devices, right?
Yes.
What did you write?
That I need to feel this is my husband, the only one who will see this side of me.
Were you afraid that Mr. Combs was only seeing you for sex in this way?
That was a concern.
You still were not public in your relationship with him?
Correct.
Were freak-offs important?
Integral to us.
Who was at your 21st birthday party in Las Vegas?
Britney Spears, Dallas Austin.
How did you get them there?
They came for Sean.
You're very beautiful and charming.
Thank you.
It's true. Who is Tommy Mottola?
A well-known producer.
You were an up-and-coming star?
I guess you could say that.
After you signed with Bad Boy, things were still platonic.
Yes.
You had a rough performance.
106 in Park. It did not go well for me.
How did he help you after that?
We did a YouTube video. He said, everybody makes mistakes.
What was wrong?
I couldn't hear myself.
You were dating Mr. Leslie. How much older than you was
That's
he?
the one.
10 years.
Then you traveled to Miami with Mr. Combs. The flyer of the event was just a cover to spend time with Mr. Combs, right?
That's true.
You had a tattoo of Mr. Leslie's initials on your body, right?
Yes.
How many tattoos did you have then?
At this moment, the prosecution objected on the grounds of relevance.
Yo, she got Mr. Leslie's tattoo on her body? That means she really loved him. Oh, he paid all grip.
The judge overruled it and said, but let's keep it moving.
Syndrome,
3.
Y'all.
The one on your arm?
Ishmael, that's
No
it.
regrets.
Mr. Combs taught you how to do oral sex.
Whoa.
He did.
Look at
Damn. Diddy taught her how to do oral. What the hell did he teach her that she wound up getting blisters in her mouth? And what did she say was from the friction? What the Diddy got going on here? Hold on.
this. Tell me when you're ready. Can you read it?
You can read it. It's making me laugh. It's from 2007.
You wrote, I feel protected. You are sweet. You wrote, I see that Carrie is better fitting for you. I'm hurt that you think I'm malicious. You're very important to me. Cass. What were you trying to convey?
It's like a journal entry.
You discussed Carrie Morgan. Did you think Mr. Combs was attracted to her?
There was a point in the very beginning.
Did that complication carry on in your relationship?
Not really. Carrie was just always with us.
I'd like to start asking about freak-offs. Sometimes you wore a wig and a mask.
Yes.
The general public did not know.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and the judge told the defense to rephrase the question.
No one knew until November 2023 in the public.
Yes.
Fair to say his career was ruined after your lawsuit?
I can understand that.
Let's read these messages. Mr. Combs wrote, when are you on your period?
No, now.
What you be thinking about when you horny. Ms. Ventura, if you don't want to read the answers, I can read them.
Thank you.
The O has lots of oohs after it, right?
Yes.
After a freak off, you'd make love with Mr. Combs?
Yes.
Whoa. Man, nothing up in your girl and then you making love to her. Does that make sense to you?
For period, Mr. Combs is asking when you're on it, right?
Yep.
He's asking in the context of when to meet up and have sex.
Looks like it.
Sometimes you watched him with a female?
2 or 3 times.
Did you talk with Mr. Combs about the swingers lifestyle?
He watched 100. She watched him 2 or 3 times. What does that tell you? That one, she was jealous.
That no one talks about it.
Were you keeping freak-off secret from your friends?
Yes.
His assistants help him?
With everything.
Would you remember if an assistant came in during one of your sessions with an escort?
Not necessarily. I was high.
So you don't remember much?
I had my privacy invaded a lot during that relationship.
This is from July 2012. You say to Mr. Combs, I'm horny and bored. This was after a freak off, right?
There are a lot of texts here.
At this moment, the prosecution said,
I would ask that the witness be allowed to read the entire document.
Then the judge asked how many pages. The defense said,
8.
Then the prosecution said,
We don't have a copy for the witness.
So the defense said,
We'll show it on the screen.
So it was shown, but not in the public gallery.
You said Mr. Combs often put you down, but he also sent you encouragement and called you a queen, right?
Yes.
At this moment, the judge asked for a sidebar, then continued.
What would trigger Mr. Combs' incessant calls to you?
Anger, doubt about where I was.
If he suspected you of cheating, he'd call you incessantly.
That was one of the reasons.
Because he thought.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and it was sustained.
Do you believe Mr. Combs has good taste?
I think he does.
He's had an impact on fashion.
People like his style. Sean John.
Did you consult with him on your look?
Sometimes I got advice I didn't ask for.
He still ran his companies even while having all these freak-offs, right?
He did.
What was he addicted to?
Success.
What substances? Opiates?
Yes, he told me, and I saw it.
Did Mr. Combs' mood depend on whether or not he was withdrawing from opiates?
He was more irritable, I would say.
What other drugs was Mr. Combs addicted to?
At this moment, the prosecution objected on the ground of no foundation, but the judge said, I'll ask if I want the grounds, then sustained and said to rephrase it.
What was his drug of choice?
Ecstasy or MDMA.
Opiates daily?
When he was doing them.
You saw him withdraw?
Yes.
Let's turn to GX411.
At this moment, the prosecution said,
It's not in evidence yet.
Then they continued.
So B414, page 3 and 4. You wrote, I love our FOs when we both want it. You felt that?
Loving FOs were just words at that point.
Mr. Combs wrote to you, I want to freak out right now. And you wrote that you wanted it too. LOL, me too.
I texted more than that.
But you did text that to him. Mr. Combs wrote to you, Jules is available if you're into it. You could have said yes or no, and you said love you.
There was no yes or no.
Bring up B420 on page 2. Mr. Combs wrote, do I have your permission to set up freaky fun? You wrote, ovulation.
Yes.
Here, what do you say?
I asked, which hotel? I must have called him in between. I don't want to assume anything.
He said montage. You said you could also go to Pleasure Chest. What would you get there?
Sexual supplies.
What supplies?
Lubricants, outfits.
He says, have fun, impress me. You say, okay. He says, well, can we kiss a lot? What do you say?
Yes.
You wrote, I left the iPad.
I don't know whose iPad this meant.
Mr. Combs wrote, I'll be there right after my session. This was in June 2017. Do you remember arguments you were having at that time?
Not specifically.
Here you say, the game starts at 10 p.m. No breaking character till 8 a.m.
This was a game a friend of mine told me. A way to rekindle your romance.
By doing something different in the bedroom?
It's a whole getting into character thing.
Mr. Combs says, let's get some outfits and go to sex club. Mr. Combs wrote, surprise package coming from out of state. Why can't I reach you? What do you say?
I was getting my brows done.
Did you come to know Mr. Combs was leaving to freak off to go see Kim Porter?
Yes.
How did you find out about Gina? How did you feel? Did it upset you?
Yes.
It prompted arguments?
It did.
And he thought you were not faithful. What were his reactions?
It was scary.
Mr. Combs wrote to you, let's do something different in NYC this weekend. FYI, Dave hit me. What does hit mean?
Reached out.
And Daniel contacted you. Did this mean you might have a freak off?
Might?
He tells you, you better put me on VIP vibrate alarm or something. He's frustrated you don't answer his texts fast enough.
Right.
You tell him to come to NYC understanding there could be a freak off.
Maybe.
You also saw the Book of Mormon.
Yes.
Masked Pleasure. Is that a sect club?
I would assume.
He asks, are you ready for tonight? What do you say?
Yes. I just have to get some things. This is not about what I felt, right? Because you are skipping over a lot here.
What did you write?
As much as you think you're Bruce Willis, you're not. Your kids were babies when we started dating.
If you saw him on social media on vacation with others, it was heartbreaking?
It could be. I was 7 years in.
And what about this? About Gina? You wrote, I don't want to be a side piece, but I'll treat you as a king. You wanted to be the main girlfriend?
In 2013, yes.
You saw social media posts of Mr. Combs with other girlfriends and got angry, right?
Can I speak? I was jealous of certain situations.
Did there come a time he suspected you were in a relationship with someone in the industry, Mr. Muscudi?
Yes.
Mr. Combs thought it could be good for your career if you collaborated with Mr. Cootie. I mean, Mr. Muscudi.
Yeah,
yes.
Why did you begin your relationship with Mr. Muscudi?
We enjoyed each other's company.
You were in a relationship with Mr. Combs?
We were on a break.
But you were still doing freak-offs with him.
Yes.
After Mr. Combs found out by going through your phone, you went to see him. You knew he was upset. He previously attacked you.
Yes. I thought I'd be safer with other people there.
Your affair with Mr. Muscudi was only a month long, but you got a burner phone for it?
Right.
Mr. Combs kicked you in the back?
Yes.
This came up later in your relationship that you had cheated on him with Kid Cudi.
He brought it up quite a bit.
When he cheated, he said, well, you had an affair with Kid Cudi, right?
Sometimes.
He suspected you of having an affair with another person in the industry. You were in South Africa filming?
Yes, Honey 3.
While you were there, you saw a photo of Mr. Combs with Gina and were irate, right?
Angry?
You blocked him and focused on the movie, right?
I tried my best.
Mr. Combs suspected you of a relationship with whom?
Michael B. Jordan.
You sent a video not only to Mr. Combs, but also to staff. Who? D-Rock?
Yes.
You sent it to them because you were angry with all of them.
I was hurt. I spent all my time with them.
You thought they were in on it. The physical abuse. When did your father learn about it?
Same time as my mother.
Did Mr. Combs come to Connecticut to speak to your parents?
I don't know if it was then.
Carrie Morgan knew about the abuse.
Yes.
The eyebrow gash incident. What was it about?
Didn't answer the phone and went to sleep. I was supposed to be packing for a trip.
He was inebriated?
I don't remember that.
Why were you asleep?
A drink at the Abbey had something in it, I think.
Did Mr. Combs ever abuse you while he was inebriated, then say he didn't remember it?
Yes.
Did you feel he was not taking responsibility?
Yes.
For drugs, you'd both go to rehab?
Rehab wasn't really a thing during our relationship.
The freak-offs were an opportunity for you to take drugs together?
Yes.
You went a lot to Burning Man?
Yes.
Did you ever call yourselves Get High partners?
We did.
Did you take drugs from him without him knowing it?
Yes.
What was his reaction?
Explosive.
Did he tell LA dealers not to deal to you?
Yes.
You told Ms. Courtroom that you learned only after the fact that Mr. Combs had dangled Ms. Bongolan off the balcony?
I'm not sure.
You were on drugs?
I'm not sure.
You got a life coach for your drug use, according to this document.
I don't know who that person is.
You were doing a lot of drugs?
It was a rough time.
You tried to get into a rehab, the Golden Door.
It was a spa. There was a time I lost all sense of smell and taste and woke up in a hospital with an IV in my arm. I tried then to get help.
The time after San Bernardino, you learned that he had overdosed.
A very strong opiate, yes.
Were you ever not addicted to painkillers?
We took Ibogaine.
Where did you get it?
Cancun, Mexico, separately.
When Mr. Combs threw you off the boat in Cannes, when he accused you of taking drugs and squeezed your leg.
Among other things.
But you still wanted to be with him?
I did.
Switching topics, when you say Mr. Combs went with guns to find Suge Knight, do you remember telling the government that you did go with them?
No.
Let me show you.
At this moment, the prosecution said,
just for the parties.
Then they continued.
I did not go with them, so I don't think I said that.
You also did with Ms. Morgan, right?
Yes.
Do you recall telling the government that you did not see what he did, hitting her in the head with a wooden hanger?
I saw the hanger. I saw he was angry that I was doing drugs with Carrie.
This broke up your 17-year friendship with her?
It did.
Did you tell Mr. Combs about your relationship with your now husband?
No.
Ms. Morgan sued you and Mr. Combs.
Made a demand.
And you paid part of that?
I did.
And you haven't spoken with her since?
Maybe one text.
That was the relationship ender?
Yes.
You would heat up the baby oil?
Yes.
Now, is this from the day before the Intercontinental Hotel incident?
At this moment, the prosecution said,
"This is a long document. We need time to read it."
So they took a break.
Is this from March 4th?
At this moment, the prosecution said,
"With UCT time, it is March 3rd.
Then continued.
Okay, Mr. Combs refers to accessories.
For the premiere.
You sent him an explicit message?
Yes.
He responded with with a number of M's. He wrote, "Too bad you have to work, LOL."
He did.
You ask him, "Are you feeling better?" Then he's discussing bodily function.
Yes. Could we just clarify what time these messages are really from with the UCT?
At this moment, the prosecution said,
"There's a stipulation on that."
And this document was shown. You can pause to read it if you want. Then they continued.
Mr. Combs went to your premiere lunch at the London Hotel?
He did.
Then he says, "I just got out of a spiritual therapy session."
I asked, how did it go?
He said, "It's a process. This is leading up to the hotel incident." You say, "Baby, I want to FO so bad." You were asked in your direct and said you didn't want him to ruin your premiere.
Sure.
Mr. Combs says, "If we start at 7 p.m. and go until 4 a.m., you can get enough rest after."
Yeah.
Damn. I had to get quiet for that. Did you hear that?
Yes.
He's saying it'd be a shorter than usual freak off?
That's how I would understand it.
What do you say?
Carrie is here. We can't do it at my house.
You say, "That guy is sick. I'm not going to ask you what you meant."
So you working around Carrie to do these freak offs, but yet you was forced to do the freak off. I'm just saying, if I was the lawyer, that's how I go at it. We just having a little, jury trial here. I mean, come on, dog. You really expect us to believe that?
So you were turning to Johnny. Was he a dancer or an escort?
We hired him as a dancer, but he did what an escort does.
Do you remember
we hired him as a dancer, but he does as an escort do. Hit the like button, hit the like button. Yeah, let's get the intro. Hit that like button, hit that like button. All right, hit that like button. Let's keep this moving.
Beginning of this free.
We're going to put the number up on the screen if you want to call in. We're down to the last couple of minutes. Let's keep it moving.
Freak off in the Intercontinental?
Not really.
The drugs were bad MDMA, right?
I have no idea.
You believe Mr. Combs was blacked out for the Intercontinental event?
I believe he was intoxicated. Everyone's definition is different.
But you said blacked out. What did you write here?
I wrote, when you get fucked up the wrong way.
You meant drugs?
And alcohol.
Here Mr. Combs writes to you, "I am so horny for you."
At this moment, the prosecution objected and said this was not an evidence. Then they continued.
Here Mr. Combs is asking you for sex soon after the Intercontinental, right?
I was saying how he felt.
What did you write back?
I wrote, we need a different vibe than Friday at the Intercontinental.
Mr. Combs wrote, "Fuck Friday, I don't even want to do that again." What did you write?
I wrote, LOL, true.
Mr. Combs suspected you of having an affair with someone else in the industry. What happened when he took your phone?
We were in a car, and he told me to call my mother. When I did, he grabbed my phone and took it.
It was a big fight.
He was just gone.
For how long?
A few hours until my mother called the police.
Did Mr. Combs go through your phone?
I think so.
Thank you. Mom finally called the police. Round of applause to Mom. Round of applause to Mom. Relax. Let's get back to this.
And he called someone on it.
The person you had an affair with?
I don't know if he's playing anymore.
But he was an NFL player? And he was jealous. Wasn't there a time he found out you were dancing with another person in the entertainment industry and took your phone, right?
I don't remember.
It was Chris Brown.
I was not dancing with him.
Look at this. It's from 2013.
Now I see.
What else did Mr. Combs take?
My car, my passport, when he was angry.
Let's refresh you about Mr. Combs being in rehab.
I vaguely remember.
Why did you go to Sedona?
I went to Arizona to get away from the drugs.
I'm going to go to a new topic. Mr. Combs told you to go get the video you'd heard about. What did you write?
I wrote, "You keep putting me down."
I'm going to play you some audio.
At this moment, the defense played an audio. This voiceover is what was said in the audio.
If you saw a video of someone f***ing me, who was f***ing me? You have it. Why didn't you show me? 'Cause I'm not disrespectful, bro. If you don't show me, I will kill you. Cut you up. I will f***ing kill you. I've never killed anyone in my life. I am going to f*** you up. It's not going to be blood on my hands. Someone else is going to do it. I'm not playing with you, Sujit. Tell me.
That was...
Yo, that's little Cassie talking like that. That's little Cassie. Hold up, man. Hold up.
It's you, right?
Yes.
Did Mr. Combs express concern about these videos being released?
When?
Ever.
Yes.
The escort, Jonathan. You thought he took a video?
Yes.
Mr. Combs spent a lot of money to make sure the video did not get released?
I don't know.
You had a conversation with Jonathan Oddie that was transcribed?
I'm not sure.
He was volatile?
I didn't trust him.
What did Mr. Combs say when you told him you thought Mr. Oddie was recording?
He said he'd take care of it.
Are you aware of an escort leaving comments on Mr. Combs' Instagram page?
I am not.
Now let's talk about rehab. Do you still take Suboxone?
Something like it.
What is...
Now, if y'all don't know what Suboxone is, let's ride. Suboxone is the new modern day methadone. You know, it weans you off of drugs. They come like N2s, N4s, N6, N8s, and then N12s is the highest. Depends on how addicted you are to opioid. So now, if you're really addicted, like the guys you see nodding all over, you know, Lexington and all that, then they'll give you the N12s. You know, and they give you 30 tablets a day. You're supposed to take one in the morning. It's supposed to replace and give you the same feeling of getting high without the actual fentanyl in it, right? So now they get that in them, then they work down to the N8s, and they bring them all the way down to the N2s, where they can eventually get them off and readjust them back into society. Did y'all understand that? This is what she's taking now, you know, because she's taking legal prescriptions with fentanyl in it, and, you know.
Does it treat?
Opioid addiction?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, but was overruled by the judge.
You wrote a book in rehab. The place treats sexual compulsion.
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and the judge asked for a sidebar.
Did you get neurofeedback therapy?
Yes.
What is it?
They hook something up to your head and show you things. See how...
Damn, they show the freak offs?
how you react.
Were you told the effects of it?
Help me with my trauma.
Did you participate in EMDR?
Yes.
What does it do?
Memories and processing them.
The idea is you recall prior traumatic memories, like for PTSD. You were being treated for PTSD.
Whoa, treated for PTSD to remember the freak offs? Is that what you understand? Because that's what I'm understanding. What do you think you're getting from that? Didn't you say this is being treated for PTSD to get understanding of the freak offs? And to remember the freak offs? Or am I wrong? Somebody put in the comments.
Yes, I was still physically developing.
You were 22.
Women keep developing after 22, don't you think?
But
she pulling the young card. I'm still young at 22. I know guys locked up from they were 12 to life in prison because they was charged as an adult. Come on, man.
You're not suggesting you were still physically developing after 22.
I am not.
This message is about having a freak off without ketamine, right?
At this moment, the prosecution said,
"May I confer with counsel?"
The judge said, "No, but we will take a break." Then they came back and continued.
Mr. Combs wrote, "You're so predictable. You've said you were going to tell him you didn't want to do freakouts anymore, but you didn't say it, did you?"
I did not.
Here, you were suggesting freaking off with a girl.
Yo, pause. You know you're being recorded. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, salute, King. I'm
Salute.
calling from Master Victory, Mount Vernon, B. Right on top of Harlem.
All right.
Salute you, salute Harlem, salute everything.
You already
King.
know. I used to be up there in Slow Bum School Street and all that back in the day.
Yeah. That's Yonkers. But that's still us, B.
Yeah,
And
I know you're about Third Ave. You up there by where
Third
Street. Yeah, where they got the park at Seal Smooth. I used to go up there at Seal Smooth and Pete rocking them. I got them mixed up because I'm more down in the city. But yeah, you know what I mean. I done went there because I was in Slow Bum with Mary J. Blige. That's where she out of. And then Seal Smooth.
She out of there.
And then Seal Smooth and them was over there by like Third. I used to see them at the park.
Alberta, Heavy D and all that.
Yeah, you already know. All right, go ahead, big bro. Yeah.
Yes, Great King. I want to first say, Great King, we came to 2000. Your joint, you had that club 2000, right?
You already know. All right.
Yeah, King. We came to your joint, son. Word to mother, son. Your joint was fire, B. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. My thing about this Puff joint, Great King, is there's no police reports for all these people. Now, if you want to charge him with Cassie, give him a suit. He didn't have a weapon. You know what I'm saying? Like this Cassie thing, and he settled.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just think I think they got a joint out right now. I was about to watch that joint. It said they got 50 saying the Illuminati is behind this trial. So I'm gonna watch that joint. You know what I'm saying? But King, the DA got fired. The first one, he was like a faggot dude. Like,
I thought they don't say that. Don't say it. We ain't gonna call
I'm sorry. Stop for himself, Kumar. Pardon. Call himself. He monkey cipher. You know what I'm saying? Cipher, monkey cipher. Call himself. I don't know the YouTube algorithm like that. I'm sorry. But I do know y'all do be saying that. You can't say the grape. I say grape or something like that.
There you go.
You talk about that. But someone said he cipher, monkey cipher, and they said Puff was he signed up with he cipher, monkey ciphers in the industry, right? So that DA was a part of like them, like when they want prosecuted or somebody, he was their guy. But I heard Trump and them fired that dude because
I heard he retired. I ain't gonna say it. I heard he retired.
No, again, I heard they got him out. He got out of there when Trump and them came. But he was a brand new dude. Like he didn't run 20, 30 years right there, like a whole career.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to, put out nothing. I love your channel.
No, we know that, family, but
put out
just the algorithm, like you said.
Put out a negative shadow, but I feel the King Puff is, if he a freak, he freaking off. That's him. You know what I'm saying? If he did that shit with young girls, if he did anything with young people, then get him in trouble.
These
are adults. They was consenting. They seen the diamond rings. Don't forget about all the money. Oh, you with Diddy? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Don't forget about the high status of the man. So they wanted to give him the drawers. Every girl on the planet. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think, you know what? I got to turn my joint down. I got to turn this. Hold on. Let me put my thing on so I can hear you, Great King. But I don't think Diddy, I don't think he's guilty of what they saying. He might have been a bad dude by making them kids walk to Queens or Brooklyn for that cake. Yeah, that's not good, Diddy. We don't do that to our young people, B. But we don't see no charge for him like that. He beat up Cassie, giving us soul. But if he paid, like if he settled the case, like this case, I believe, is based off of when Biden and them was in. And I'm gonna tell you, I think because Diddy used to do the rock the vote, he didn't help Kamala Harris. So I think all of that, honest to God, all of them like played a part that he didn't help Kamala, but he used to do the rock the vote. But they caught Diddy on tape talking against Trump. So Trump ain't really step in that to get him out of the mess. But Trump know, I think they had Diddy say that so they could put that out. But Diddy didn't co-sign whatever Kamala. So Kamala, like, that's why all the rappers is going to jail. Like, they like, oh, y'all made us lose? Screw y'all.
All right. This conversation getting a little deep, dog. But text me your name, man. You got a bill off camera. All right.
Yeah, King. And King, I love you, King. King, rocking. We here. We looking. We listening.
All right. That's what's up.
Great.
What?
All right. So peace to you. Peace to Harlem. I love y'all. Everybody out there. Peace.
All right. Yeah, that was his views. That wasn't Mecca audio views. So don't hold me accountable for his views. But we got to let him speak his mind. We got 192 likes. Let's get these likes up. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. All right. Let's get back to this.
Say you found a photo of Mr. Combs with Gina while you were staying with your parents in Connecticut, right?
Yes.
You decided to break up with him, and he didn't threaten you but suggested couples counseling?
I don't know.
In August 2018, you called it a closure conversation. Mr. Combs was inviting you to Burning Man, right?
Yes.
I'll read Mr. Combs. You have anger.
I wrote, my family knows I am not running around telling our business. I wrote, I don't need you to be taking care of Kim and Gina. I needed you to put me first.
Please read these.
I wrote, you lied to me. She never went away. It was the nail in the coffin.
You meant Gina, the photo?
Yes.
In your civil lawsuit, you say Mr. Combs raped you in September 2018 after you had dinner at an Italian restaurant in Malibu, right?
Yes.
Did you meet with the U.S. on November 30th, 2023?
Yes, not the exact date.
In this meeting, you said the rape took place after Mr. Combs returned from Burning Man. You said he was acting strangely at that dinner.
I don't remember exactly that word.
Did you meet the U.S. on April 8th, 2025?
Around then.
This message to FB, who's that?
Frank Black, a name he used.
He wrote, I'm in an investors conference. We'll get back to this. You still have love for him?
I have love for the past and what it was.
After this, they took a sidebar, but then continued.
You wrote, I didn't mean to be a bitch. I just don't get the time. He writes, just need you to be positive, correct?
Yes.
DX1309, this is about a yoga instructor?
Yep.
What did you write?
I wrote, I've stopped even caring.
But you did care.
Yeah.
So he said, you could date other people. Let's just talk about it, correct?
Yes.
What did you write?
I wrote, I do love you. I would just prefer not being one of your girlfriends. Let's get up tomorrow night. I'll do studio from 6 to 9.
He writes, can I hold you? Or are you just going to break up with me? And you write back, we can embrace LOL. And you wanted to hug him, right?
That's what I said.
Did you have sexual intercourse with Mr. Combs that night?
I did.
And during that, your now husband FaceTimed you?
Yes.
Your now husband didn't know you were with Mr. Combs at the time?
I don't.
Whoa. She was with Diddy when she was with her husband? And he FaceTimed her, see where you at? She ran in the bathroom and tried to act like she was just chilling. How many times your girl done did that? How many times y'all done did that to a dude? How many times y'all did that to a female? You get a call and you say, yeah, you run the bathroom. Come on. Let's keep it 100. All right. So now I just want y'all to understand the picture she's saying. She laying down with Sean while she's with her husband. She told her husband she going somewhere that she ain't had no business going. And then you already know what time it is. Come on, son.
I don't know what he knew.
Later, he discovered it?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, but was overruled.
You didn't tell your husband you were raped?
Not that evening.
After Ms. Porter's memorial service, you wrote to him that you were going home. Why had he called Kim his soulmate? What was the 11 years all about?
Yes.
That was hurtful.
At that time, yes.
And after that memorial service, you never saw Mr. Combs again, right?
I did not.
He let you go, right?
I never saw him again. I don't know about letting me go.
You got married to the love of your life, right?
At this moment, the judge interrupted and said to take a break.
Ms. Ventura, we're almost done here.
Thank you.
I will read Mr. Combs' messages. You're going to make a beautiful mother. God bless.
I said, thank you, God bless. I wrote, we should talk and have closure.
Mr. Combs sent back a tear face emoji. He said, you were always my ride or die.
I thought it was nice.
You'd been craving that.
Before. I don't think I was craving now.
You shaped you Over 11 years. You shaped each other?
Yes.
Your husband's a physical trainer?
Yes.
The house you grew up in Connecticut was relatively modest compared to mansions.
Yes.
In other words, this way she's saying you were dead broke, got on hard times, went home to live with your mama, brought your boyfriend with you because you needed some money. Then y'all decided to release the book. You sent it to Diddy because, like you said, you wrote it to show it to him. You expected to show it to him to cough up the bag. They told you that for $30 million. The way you went at it, Diddy didn't like it because he figured that he would have gave you the $30 million and went away with you on the Lord's yacht. $68 million, chilled out, gave you $30 million and would have enjoyed himself. But Diddy turns around and pisses off the feds by only offering $48 million for his own freedom after he done gave you $20 million. But we ran with a speculation on YouTube like if it was 30 to 100 million. But just to show you how YouTube is. I'm gonna do a video about that later on. About how dudes create content off of dudes' names when they blow up.
You were preparing to tour with a Matt Testa.
Yes, he's an engineer.
Once you settled your lawsuit, you canceled the tour, right?
Yes.
Because you no longer needed the money?
That was
word. She got $20 million now. She's supposed to go on tour. She got $20 million now. I said, man, help that tour. I got $20 million. You know?
Wasn't the reason.
After the hotel video came out, you posted on Instagram that domestic violence is the issue, right?
Yes, I still feel that way.
DX1015. Mr. Combs wrote, "Want to freak off one last time." What did you write?
I don't want it to be the last time. I want freak off for the first time.
No.
In other words, she wanted to start back over from the beginning. Did you hear this?
Further questions.
At this moment, the judge asked the prosecution if they wanted to redirect, and it begun.
Ms. Ventura, you were shown this message where you ended. I don't want to freak off for the last time. I want it to be the first time for the rest of our lives. What did you say after that?
Yes, I'm horny. Just got over a UTI.
You were shown messages today in which you and Sean were kind and loving?
Yes.
Did those periods ever last?
At this moment, the defense objected but was overruled.
No, they didn't last. There'd be a downswing.
What world did Sean open up to you?
A world of chaos.
In your 11-year relationship, who did you want to have sex with?
Only him at that time.
When Sean wrote, "Seduce me all day," what did you do?
Write about FOs.
Were you able to cancel work obligations for freak-offs?
So she was sending them text messages with freak-offs.
Yes, if I was told to.
When you were shooting the movie in South Africa and you blocked him, how did he contact you?
Through Mia.
He said he didn't remember hurting you. Did you believe him?
Not always, because I knew him. There were times he was pretty aware of what he was doing. It's just who he was. I'd seen him be violent with other people.
On the way back from Cannes, what did Sean do?
He played a video of me having sex with an escort.
What did he say he'd do?
He'd release it.
When you got to NY, what did Sean ask for?
A freak off, or he'd release it.
When Sean wrote, "You ready for tonight?" what did he mean?
Freak off.
What were you afraid he would do if you did not do that freak off?
At this moment, the defense objected, but the judge overruled it. Then after Cassie said,
I don't know that week.
The judge interrupted and said, "Next question."
Do you have any doubt that Sean raped you?
At this moment, the defense objected, but was overruled.
I have no doubt.
After Sean raped you on August 18th, did you later have consensual sex with Sean during which your now husband FaceTimed you?
Yes.
Why did you cancel the tour?
After I filed my civil suit, I was overwhelmed. Addressing the past the way that I chose to was overwhelming. I didn't want to go.
Do you plan to file more lawsuits?
No.
Would you give the $20 million back if you hadn't have had to do freak-offs?
At this moment, the defense objected, but was overruled.
I would give it back to get my agency back.
Did he beat you during freak-offs?
Yes.
Were you open to freak-offs at the beginning?
At the beginning.
Did you tell him when you no longer wanted to do them?
Yes, more than once.
What concerns did you have about saying no to freak-offs?
Safety, career, love.
No further questions.
At this moment, the judge asked if there was a recross, and they continued.
You knew Mr. Combs' sexual preference was these freak-offs, right?
I learned.
It was part of being his girlfriend?
Yeah.
You kept your old device?
Yes.
And freak-off videos in this case. They were all on those devices you kept from 2012 and 2014.
I don't know what year.
You were able to stand at his side at the Met Gala. Being his girlfriend gave you access to producers.
Yes.
Beyond Kid Cudi, what other musicians were you put in the studio with? Were you put in the studio with Nicki Minaj?
Yes.
You were put in the studio with Lil Wayne.
Yes.
And with Rick Ross and Pusha T. Am I forgetting any names?
You've got a lot of names.
You are self-conscious about your musical talent.
I wouldn't say that.
You had a bad performance on 106 and Park.
Early in my career.
You did music videos. Were they successful?
At this moment, the judge asked for a brief sidebar. Then they continued.
D-Rock was like a member of your family?
Yes, like a brother.
The assistant Mia, you also had a friendship with?
Yes.
Okay, here you begin with an explicit message, and he responds with one, you are actively sexting.
Yes.
You stated that you were feeling overwhelmed after filing your civil lawsuit, right?
Yes.
You recently received a settlement from the Intercontinental?
No.
You made a demand?
Yes. $10 million, maybe.
At this moment, the judge asked anything further, and the prosecution said,
I just have one question.
But the judge said, I was asking Ms. Esteval, can you wrap up in 2 minutes? And they continued.
This is the last thing I'll ask you to read, Ms. Ventura.
Thank you. We need closure and understanding.
Why'd you keep your devices?
I was afraid of what was on them. I wouldn't take them to the Apple Store.
One question. You just reached a $10 million settlement with Intercontinental last week before trial?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, but was overruled, and Cassie answered.
Yes.
That was the end of Cassie Ventura's testimony.
So she got $10 million from the Intercontinental Hotel last week, right before the trial. That's to keep their name out of the trial. Not hard to figure out. Been here long enough. I got some things to do today. Subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel, Juanita Mecca Audio. I'm riding, you riding. Enjoy the day.
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. Hey-oh, let's go. Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio. Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops. Mecca Audio. Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio. And we gon' do it like we gon' do it like we keep it moving like we gotta do it like Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top Beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be whoring uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish there. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can get back to the cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.